All right, Panther fans. I don't know about you. I'm exhausted. This 12. How many? How my brother that texted me last night? He wants to just finish the season like the Dolphins and finish 17-0. that that's what he's thinking. He says that the Dolphins can go 17-0, so can the Panthers. We just
It
won't
just,
lose. Yeah, go ahead, bud. Stu was at the
they're on
game last night.
they're on autopilot right now.
Yeah,
That's the way it seems to me. I went to the game. It was when we won the game 5-2. There were a couple of good plays, but for the most part, really wasn't an exciting game for me.
Right.
You know, they were fundamentally okay. I like this. I like, the power play is obviously, the proof is in the pudding. The
Right.
statistics. We got 2 power play goals.
Yeah.
You and I are so critical.
Right.
And the best one was the Huberto to Bennett to Reinhardt.
Yeah.
The tic-tac-toe. I mean, Reinhardt basically had a chip shot, a putt shot.
Yeah. And that you're right. I mean, look, the proof is in the numbers. There's no doubt about that. It just doesn't look good. But then we score. You know what I mean? It just looks so awkward because the puck movement is slow and it's all to the outside and everything. And then all of a sudden, I mean, in a way, what the ESPN announcers were saying is like they're waiting for the perfect play. But what keeps happening is the perfect play keeps coming available, and our guys are so good they can make the perfect play. And so we just keep. But look, like you said, like I said last night, we're coming in. We're playing about 5 to 10 minutes a game. We get our goals during the 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're like, okay, let's just get out of here.
Well, I'll tell you one guy that doesn't stop every shift. It's 110%, and that's Marchment.
Yeah.
Just like Lombard, but Marchment in particular.
Right.
He's just always on, always there, always around the puck. The puck seems to find him. His board work is second to none.
Right.
I think he's the and I mean, again, we know how great Barkov is, but Marchment seems to win most of his board battles.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it, but
he's got that long reach, and he's just tenacious. Now, real quick, speaking of, you mentioned Lomberg. Congratulations to him. His wife had a new baby boy last night, so that's awesome. Always nice.
Another junior Panther.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, maybe when we're in our I guess in our 90s and we're watching, it'll be Lomberg, and we're like, remember when Ryan was on the ice? And we can still see and hear and all of that by then. But no, so congratulations to him. And Bobrovsky. I didn't say this in the recap, so I want to get this out now before somebody says I don't ever say when he's doing good. That's 4. I wanted 5. That's 4 games in a row with not giving up more than 1 goal in any period. I was a little bit concerned in that first period last night because they kind of got it early on us. Yeah. And our defense, we were all lackadaisical.
That's the word, lackadaisical. I just couldn't believe what I was watching, that everybody just looked. They just looked at the Red Wing player.
Yeah.
Just come in and shoot the puck.
Right. Yeah. They just watched them. Yeah. And so look, that's why I was
Gagne.
Yeah. I was laughing at the announcers because they were talking up a storm about how Detroit's young core and they've got this great up and coming team, and they've got to be really happy because they're keeping up with the Panthers. And I'm looking at and I'm like, the Panthers are still at the bar, man. They haven't shown up yet. They showed up.
So let me ask you, since I didn't watch the game,
right?
I was at the game. What was Kevin Weeks? Because he's a big advocate for what was he saying about us?
Okay, it was balanced. Let's put it that way. But for the first period, Weeks was definitely all about Detroit. Until we got those 3 goals, he was all about how impressed he was with Detroit keeping up with us. Now, the thing that got me later on, and I mentioned this on Twitter. I mentioned it in the recap. We had just made it 5-2, and the fans are doing the waves. They're losing their minds. It's all this excitement in the building. And I forget the other announcer's name, but he asks Kevin Weeks, this is wild. The fans are going crazy. They're doing the wave. And he starts talking.
Yeah, I saw your recap.
Yeah. He starts talking about Bertuzzi and all of that. And Weeks had no real choice. He kind of had to answer the question, but then he was this pause and they were still doing the wave. And Weeks was just like, wow. And then he started to talk about the fans and the Panthers and everything. So, you know, he did a decent job of keeping it as balanced as possible. The other guy only wanted to talk about Detroit. So Kevin, kept getting kind of pulled into conversations, and then he tried to bring it around to the Panthers a little bit. But
I mean, how could you not sing our praises? Clinched the division. We clinched the Eastern Conference. We now have gone 12 games in a row, which ties our franchise record.
Yeah.
We put up 5 goals. I think we have 322 now.
Yeah.
Okay. Colorado's way behind us. Our goal differential is off the chart.
Right.
That would have been the opportunity. I mean, think about this. When we looked at the schedule before the season started, we were kind of all bitching and complaining that we only had really 2 games scheduled for national TV.
Right.
You know how many games have been broadcast?
I know, and we got Tampa
either
game.
on NHL Network or TNT.
Right.
At least a dozen.
Right.
And I said at the beginning of the year, if you remember, when we start winning and we keep winning, they're going to be forced to. And what are they going to do? Put on Seattle?
Right.
Or Arizona?
Exactly. Yeah, no, we agree. And no, I saw the graphic say that the Tampa game is also ESPN Plus. So I'm assuming that means ESPN Plus exclusive. That really sucks that we won't, I don't like those games, but that's a different story. That's the subject for another video. Besides, look, if anybody thinks I'm complaining about ESPN Plus too much, understand I do 82 games a year. I'm used to having about 40 or 50 opportunity for rants over this course of the season. I've had one this year. I'm desperate for material. I've got nothing left to bitch about but the broadcasters. I mean, that's it. There's nothing left. And parking. And I don't even go to the games. So, really, help me get a little bit of slack there. So yeah, that we just keep on rolling. And the last night, I couldn't even get there were no lines. It was just like you looked at the lineup and you realize, okay, they're just when Brunette said we're going to take some experiment time and see who goes with who, he wasn't playing around. I didn't even know Achari was back in the lineup until he scored. Yeah.
When he scored the goal, I saw the 5.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see the name, and then he turned slightly, and I'm like, holy shit, 55. That's Achari.
Yeah,
what's he doing out there?
That's what happened to me too. I'm like, wait a minute. When did he get healthy?
Well, at least we know that Lundberg's not hurt, and that the reason he was out because wife. All right, so let's get to the heart of the matter here.
Okay.
Because everybody's assuming it's going to be Washington.
I don't know about that. No.
I don't know about that because. Now, I don't know if they updated this because I think I saw on the NHL Network last night.
Yeah, I think the odds.
Boston lost.
Right.
I think the Capitals, the Bruins, and the Penguins are all tied with 99 points. There it is.
I'd much rather have
Pittsburgh. So it's a toss-up.
Right.
Like I said.
Yeah.
We were up, I don't know what happened. I thought the Capitals were way behind these guys, but they've obviously zoomed. They zoomed ahead.
Right, and that makes it tough on us because we want to have our playoff preview with Randy and Billy, but we can't really schedule it until just in that one. I mean, we're basically going to have a day, maybe 2 days Yeah. Yeah. I
This is
can't.
what I like seeing.
Yeah. All the way at the top. That's it. I know.
Let's not, let's not, count chickens before they hatch.
Right. Right.
Okay, but we got 118 points.
118 points. Yeah. Yeah. And how many wins? How many wins do we have?
Huh?
How many wins? How many wins?
We have 56 wins.
So we could get 60 wins.
But I think 12 of those wins were in overtime.
Yeah, but I mean, we could legit get 60.
That's true.
We could get 60.
We have 5 games left.
Yeah, we got 5 games.
So the wild card, like I said, is pretty interesting.
That's going to come down to the last day.
I mean, this says the Capitals have 97. I thought I saw.
Okay.
Okay. But what's just blowing me away is the goal differential.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I think this is wrong. It says 103.
No, that's right.
Is it?
I think that's right, because we were at 100 and before the game. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So we're at 103. The nearest to us is Colorado with 86.
Right.
I mean, who would have thunk it at this late in the season we'd have a winning percentage of 766? We've only lost 15 regulation games.
That's crazy.
And what's killing me is those 3 games in a row at home that we lost, and
right.
the 2 Seattle games.
The 2 Seattle games. No, I know.
That were like given wins. And
I know.
Pissed them away.
I know. We don't want to look at it too close. We'll start talking ourselves into we could have had 70 wins.
Anyway, I went nuts when I got home last night. I was all jacked up. I made a number of posts on Twitter. Did you see them?
No, I didn't, because I was otherwise engaged, and then I woke up this morning and I had St. Bernard issues I had to take care of.
Well, I wrote a few. I pretty much, I did a congratulations, and I actually tagged the Panthers.
Right.
I got a whole bunch of likes on them, and then I kept including a picture of the cup.
Yeah.
Like,
those
for instance, this guy wrote, where's my reply? He writes, Justin Cohen, playoffs check, home ice check, division check, conference check. Now, how about the President Cup? And I wrote, F the President's Cup. The only cup I want is
that one. Right.
So,
well, it's not going to matter.
And then he goes, why not both? And
Yeah.
I want to write to him because only one of the last 10 President Cup winners have won the cup.
That's not good. That including Colorado, right?
Is that a fact?
Well, I didn't look it up. You looked it up. We'll let somebody tell us on the stream if that was right or not. But look, Colorado's not making the finals. It's going to be Calgary.
Yep. I want a Colorado.
I don't know why.
Final.
I don't know why.
Just because of the 96.
I know, but that's like
the only reason.
To your
but the more I'm seeing what's going on, and I started predicting this maybe a month or so ago.
Right.
Calgary was,
right.
I watched Darryl Sutter's post game. Not all. I watched the clips that I can see on Instagram. He's hysterical.
Yeah, no,
and he tells it like it is. Like when the team's crap, he'll say, "We were crap."
Yeah. No.
How was so and so's game? Not good.
Right.
So I mean, Gaudreau has just been like totally on fire. Yeah. He's neck and neck with Huberdeau and McDavid now.
Right.
That race could go every which way.
Right.
But I think Calgary, when the last man standing in the West, I think it's going to be Calgary.
Yeah.
Brian, my good buddy out in LA, thinks the Kings are going to do some damage to somebody.
Okay. Yeah. I don't trust Colorado to do it. And I know you want the 96 rematch. and I'm just not so sure.
That's all.
That's it. But like,
It
look,
doesn't matter who we get.
right.
We just got to play our game and let them,
Right.
adapt to. We can't play their game. They got to play our game.
Right. Well, it's like Jeff said on the stream yesterday. Whenever I say, "Oh, I'll take the Capitals," somebody will ask, "You sure you want Ovechkin and Kuznetsov and Oshie?" And then when I said, "Well, then I'll take Pittsburgh," and somebody said, "You sure you want Crosby and Malkin?" And then Jeff said, "No. The question is, they should be saying, 'Are you sure you want Huberdeau and Barkov and Bennett and Giroux and all these guys?'" And he's right. The tables have turned now. Everybody else might have 2 or 3 guys, but we've got like 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now this was crazy because, and I wrote the tweet out to him, and then I deleted it. I didn't want to like.
What did I tell
stuff.
you?
Mark Parrish, and it was a graphic, so I didn't see the words coming out of his mouth. I'm assuming it was him, not the Steve Braun, who was the host. But he said the Blues have the best top 9 in the league. And my reply to that, or retort, or whatever you want to call it, was, have you been watching the Florida Panthers this year?
Right.
Nobody's got a better top 9 than us. We have the best third line in the league, hands down.
Yeah, it's not close. That's why
we've
got so many.
And I'm saying it in every video now.
Yeah.
And I hope Bruno gets back to his senses and puts the lines back the way they were.
Well, I mean, he said he was going to do it. I believe game 1 playoffs, you're going to see Huberdeau, you're going to see Barkov, Duclair, Verhaeghe, Huberdeau, Bennett, Giroux, Lundell, Marchment, Reinhardt. I think game 1 of playoffs, you're going to see that.
And Lombard, Luosterainen,
and
Hornquist.
Yeah. I believe that's what you'll see game 1.
I hope so.
Yeah,
only use Huberdeau and Barkov when they're going to be playing on the power play,
right?
But
for all we know, they put Huberdeau with Barkov to try and help with the Hart and the Art Ross. You know what I mean?
But I mean, if Ekblad is on schedule to come back game 1, there goes the 5 forward power play, which is fine by me.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And Huberdeau gets the slot, because I don't like what's going on now. If you notice, Giroux's on the left side,
right,
in the Ovechkin Stamkos spot.
Yeah, but we're waiting.
And Huberdeau's on the other side, and that's opposite of what he's normally used to.
Right.
I don't like the way they have it set up.
I agree.
I don't like it.
I agree. I mean, I know we're getting goals, but mainly we're getting goals off of either deflection or
Barkov shooting from the blue line.
Right. Although, I mean, Duclair has been stoned a couple of times in a row now. We'll give him credit there. There's been, and I think Bennett got stoned yesterday. I mean, the goalies are playing that, and that's what's happening is we're so predictable. They're starting to cheat to that side. We're not getting the goalie moving enough. But
we're still just very overpowering with the talent.
Yeah, no, I mean
that each guy brings.
Right.
It's the chemistry. But it just goes to show you what a great shot Sasha Barkov has.
Yeah.
That he can wrist it. I mean, have you ever seen Barkov take a slap shot?
No, he's got such a deceptive wrister.
No, I mean a full wind-up slap shot.
No.
I don't remember if anybody can find a video.
Right. I mean, maybe
Sasha Barkov taking a full swing slap shot.
Right.
Please post it, send it our way, because I don't remember ever seeing him. No. And he's not even doing a half wind up. He's just wristing it.
He's just wristing it. Yeah.
I want to say 60 feet. Is that just inside the blue line?
I'm not sure. I don't know the measurements perfectly.
Such accuracy.
Right. Yeah.
He's finding, I mean, the shot he made last night was incredible. So he's got 38 goals.
Right.
Obviously, 40 will, put him right up there with Burry. Nobody else has done it. I want to see that before the regular season ends.
Right.
I would love to see Reinhardt get his 30. Bennett, I think, has 27. I'm not sure. I'd like to see him get 30. So we have 5 30-goal scorers.
Right,
I'd
right,
like to
right,
see Marchment got his 17th last night.
right.
I'd like to see him get 20
You
goals.
get 20 in Lundell.
And then obviously I want Huberto to have, a 3 or 4 point night, a couple of them.
Right,
Let's just say he doesn't need a 4 point night. Let's see him put together 3 3-point nights, whatever.
right.
I would love to see him win the Art Ross. I don't think he's going to get the MVP just because
Right.
it's, South Florida market.
Right. Yeah, no, I know all about that.
He deserves it, but he's not going to get it because it's, it's a freaking popularity contest.
Right, right. And look, we
I don't-
gotta give Uyghur a little bit of credit. Got another goal last night.
And that was pure Marchment.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
it was a good pass.
Uyghur was
Yeah.
bang bang. It was
Right.
in the net before the goalie had a chance to react.
Right.
He made a great play. Listen,
Right.
Uyghur played good last night.
Yeah, no, he is since
Yeah, I didn't see any major
right.
F-ups.
No, he has definitely flipped the switch and playing to his potential, which we need, which is really good to see. So
I think Forsling has flipped the switch on his offensive game.
yeah,
That's for sure.
well, especially when
95% of the time he goes down that left side and just shoots the puck in around the boards and whatnot, and he's taking it in more.
Right.
And I love it. I love it.
Especially like you talked about when he's paired with Montour.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I really like that pair. I like that schmuck from Detroit hit Bob behind the net. Gudis was on him.
yeah, and then they even out the penalties.
Well, I knew he was gonna listen. It's screwed up. They don't normally call that, but obviously he started the fight.
Right.
But he was in defense of his goalie, which the ref should have taken into consideration. But he was the instigator. That's why he got the 4.
Yeah, it was weird though because they gave him they didn't say instigator. They just said 4 minute the double minor for roughing.
Right.
I mean I get it, but in that instance, if you're going to give the guy what I don't like is if you're going to give the guy the penalty, don't hold him back from fighting. You can't have both. If you're going to give the guy the penalty,
they should have
let him go.
Right. That's what you're right. That's what should have happened last night. The kid should have been taught a lesson.
Right.
Just like when Bennett hit Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You just don't take a goalie out like that.
Right.
When he's vulnerable.
No, you can't do it.
I mean, legally he's fair game. I don't think they can hit him in the trapezoid, but outside of that, he's fair game. But nobody does that. It's
no,
it's like gentleman's agreement.
Right. Yeah. It's
amongst players.
It would be absolute madness and chaos. Right.
But I think the one area that needs to be addressed by the GMs and the rules committee is this goalie interference penalty where the opposing player, or I should say the defensive player or forward or whatever,
right,
pushes the guy into the goalie where he's got no place to go.
Right.
It's not his fault.
Right.
He wasn't going to hit the goalie.
Right.
But the defenseman cross-checked him or pushed him into the goalie.
Yeah.
And he takes the goalie out. That should not be goalie interference.
I agree. I absolutely agree. But at least they got the one call right where they had to review it with the 4 minute major on the high stick. They were going to call him Barkov.
That the phantom high stick. That wasn't.
It was his own player hit. Yeah, it was his own player. But
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
my eyes were not on that play, and they didn't show a replay of it.
Well, on the replay. On the replay at full speed, you could what happens is Barkov actually lifts the player's stick, and then the follow through of the other player's stick is what did the high stick. So you see Barkov's stick move, and then at full speed, you could easily make the mistake that it was Barkov.
You know, they originally called the double minor.
Well, yeah, but what they explained they actually explained it on ESPN is one of the good things. There's actually a rule now in place that's why they called the double minor, because it was on purpose. If you call a double minor for high sticking, it automatically has to be reviewed to make sure that it wasn't friendly fire. So they called it the double minor on purpose so they could go review it.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, try and remind me to ask Randy and Billy that question, what their opinion is
Right
on the goalie interference, where
yeah
you know, where the defense, you know, the opposing team pushes
right
the player into the goalie.
My guess is that Randy will say the defenseman can do what they want, and Billy will say that's not fair when the forwards get pushed. But anyway, all right. So we got these 3 games. We got Toronto, we got Tampa, we got Boston. And you know, on one hand, I would just like to be all cavalier and say it doesn't matter, because technically it doesn't. But obviously, you don't want to go out there and just lose 3 games straight after winning 12 in a row.
Right.
The
We definitely want tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll be at the game. Yeah. I got my tickets early. Thank you.
So if Stu's going, we definitely got to win tomorrow. But I want to beat Toronto anyway. The Tampa thing. Yeah, the Tampa thing. I don't care if we ice a minor league team. I don't care about that.
I agree with you 100%, and I just have a feeling that might be the game that we lose.
Right. Yeah. And I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Beat Toronto.
As long as we get our 120 tomorrow.
Right.
It's hit the mark I predicted. I'm okay. Not that we're going to lose all the games that we have left. We have 5 games left.
Right.
Maybe we go 3-2.
Yeah. If we can beat Toronto and then win
4-1 would be amazing.
4-1 would get us. Yeah.
8 points. That would be 126.
Well, 4-1 gets us 60 wins. So, but yeah, you know, healthy. And I like what they're doing. You know, they rested Verhaeghe yesterday. I don't know who's going to rest. I don't anticipate anybody resting tomorrow, but come Saturday, especially if we've beaten Toronto, it wouldn't surprise. I don't think they're going to rest like Barkov and Huberdeau. I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they just need to just roll the lines.
Yeah.
I mean, their ice time, Barkov's ice time. I mean, just imagine in that Islanders series,
right?
He was playing 25, 26 minutes a game.
Yeah.
By the time the playoffs came, the guy was burnt.
Well, and in the playoff, I mean, he was playing. I remember one game he played almost 30 minutes.
He was just burnt toast.
Yeah,
and he doesn't look burnt. And you know, in the third periods, he looks pretty fresh.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Lindholm in tomorrow.
Right.
You know, again, give this kid a rest. And you know, Carlson was in last night. He played okay.
Right.
But I want to see Lindholm with his size.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, Lindholm and Gudis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, you know, Forsling and Montour and Sherratt and Uyghur. Yep. And I just can't wait for Ekblad to come back.
Yeah, I got a sneaking suspicion it's not going to be game 1. I don't know why. I just have a sneaking suspicion they're not going to rush him back. And now they said on ESPN Plus, the guy said that they heard he's close to a return, but I don't know where he's heard that, because I haven't heard that or seen that anywhere in Florida Panthers circles.
When you hear it from Elliot Friedman,
right,
or Pierre LeBrun,
right,
Aaron Driga, but mainly Elliot Friedman, then you'll know
then we'll know
it's fact. But you're right. I mean, why rush him?
Right.
You know, if he's not ready 110%, right, just unless we, you know, and I don't even want to say the L word, but let's just say we're okay right now without him.
Yeah.
He must be going nuts.
He's got to be going nuts. But let's put it this way. This is not last year's team. If we can't get through round 1 without Aaron Ekblad, we weren't winning a cup. You know what I mean? Because the only way we're not winning a round is if the scoring just completely dries up. And that's not really got a whole lot to do with Ekblad. You know what I mean? I have confidence.
No, it's gonna be whether we face a goalie that's like John Gibson. That
I remember,
even though we ended up in the long run, beating him.
Right.
The amount of amazing saves he made.
Yeah.
No, but the good thing with us is, I could see the other night the frustration coming in before they finally, broke the logjam.
Right.
But these guys could easily get frustrated putting up, 20 goals, 20 shots in the first period and have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Or let's say they get to the middle of the second period and they got close to 40 shots, which they've done.
Yeah.
And maybe only have one goal and maybe they're down 2-1. I don't know. It's just, listen, they know what they need to do. That's all.
Yep. And
we'll see what, we'll see. I hope, and I have a feeling we'll see the lineups back to where they were. I know if I'm Aaron Ekblad, I'm saying, Coach, I want to play. I'm ready.
Right. I'm sure
what else is he going to say?
Right. But remember, he also came back from that concussion that one time too soon, and that cost him. And
never forgave Rowe for that. That was total lunacy, rushing him back.
Yep, absolutely. So other than that, we're good. We'll see who's in goal tomorrow night. I honestly hope it's Bob. And the reason why I hope it's Bob is because he's been blasted by Toronto twice now, and he needs a good experience because there's a decent chance we could play Toronto in the second round. And if we throw Knight out there and he takes care of Toronto and we get to the second round, there's going to be all this talk about, Knight's been playing great against Toronto and Bob didn't. Bob needs to go out there and have a good game against Toronto.
I like that. I like that thinking. Yeah. And Knight plays good against Tampa.
Right. So
I would have put Knight in last night, though.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I don't know why he didn't, it's probably Bob saying, I want to play every game.
Yeah. Well, look, he's got to be aware of what we've been aware of, and that he hasn't had, 5, 6, 7 games in a row without a break at all this whole season. And that's great to keep him fresh. But even he may be, a little bit wondering, hey, how am I going to do game 6, game 7? So, but then I said it last night on the stream. I am not 100% convinced that, because if we're going to keep everything we've had in the regular season and just keep the train rolling, I remain unconvinced that we won't see, all right, the Panthers won the first 2 games and we're game 3 and Spencer Knight's in net.
Yeah, but it won't happen on a game 3 because they get 2 days. They get a day for travel and then they get another day, as opposed to the 1 day off.
Right. Well, yeah, you may be right there.
I would see it possibly if we got, shellacked in one game.
I don't know. And
I don't think we're going to get shellacked in any of them. I just don't see this team breaking down. I mean, these guys got to smell it, man. They I posted something about, congratulations and thank you for getting home ice, blah, 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 but you still have work to do.
Right.
This is just one step closer to the final prize.
Yep. Agreed. So, all right, guys, that'll do it for us for today. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Lots of new subscribers. Make sure you go follow Stu on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm stagnant. I'm stuck on 884.
We need a nightly
Somebody
betting
dropped me.
pool.
Somebody probably didn't like. Maybe one bad Steve finally said, "Nah, he's following me." Somebody unfollowed me, man. I'm like,
it happens.
I don't make any political comments on there.
It's probably just your Uyghur takes,
But I haven't bashed Uyghur played. Like I said, he played a good game last night. I loved seeing him score, and I loved his celly.
Yeah.
But I still think, Mason Marchment is he's like the secret ingredient.
No, he is.
Doesn't get enough credit.
No.
That dish he made to Uyghur was perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know it.
So,
all right.
And Lindell played another great game.
Yeah. No, he was.
He just goes about his thing, and
everybody's cruising. They're just cruising right now. You can see it.
One area we got to continue to work on is the defensive zone faceoffs. and winning those and winning the faceoffs on the power play.
Yeah.
That's the key to getting the power play started, is winning that faceoff.
Right.
And you know, I don't know, I don't have the stats in front of me what Giroux did last night, but I think if I remember correctly, we won. I think, now I'm not sure, I'll have to go back and look. I think it was like 60 wins and 33 losses on faceoffs.
They're throwing Luosterainen and Lundell out there a lot for those faceoffs. And I think that's just to get those guys more and more experience. I think once the playoffs come, you're going to see that switch to Barkov and Giroux and to a lesser extent Bennett. But right now, I see a lot of faceoffs where I'm thinking, shouldn't that be Giroux, and it'll be Luosterainen on purpose.
And there's another name that, you know, guy goes about his business, no flash. He's been playing solid. You know, you don't hear me bitching about mistakes that he makes.
Right. No,
I thought Joe had a good game last night.
Yep.
Hornquist is always hustling and battling.
Yep.
But yeah. What else can you say? I mean, you know, it's the Detroit Red Wings. You should be beating them 5-2, 6-1, whatever.
Yep.
Do you think Bob should have stopped either one of those goals?
Well, the first one, I mean, he got beat, right? I mean, from it, you could say, well, he was all alone with the shooter, but I mean, we just kind of like let the guy just like walk in, and he just got beat. I mean,
yeah,
it was a rocket of a shot and was close. I mean, it was, you know, I mean, the only move Bob had was, I'm going to move my glove real fast, and either you're going to get it or you're not.
I agree that that Bertuzzi shot you talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that was, you know, like right under the bar.
Yeah.
And that's the spot, man.
That's the spot. That's where he got beat both times. And
that's the spot.
Hey, like I said, I don't care what goal he gives up. If he's going to give up one, no more than one per period, we will win the cup. That's the focus for me. It's all right. If you want to call it a softie, I don't even care what, yes, no, I don't even want to argue about it. When you start giving up 2 and 3 in the period, then that's when, you know, the great ones got to know when to you want to give up the one, that's it. You shut the door the rest of the period. Give the team
that's what he does. He gets to a point where he's like, no more.
Right. And that's new.
You got your quota for the game.
Yep.
But as long as we get our magic number, minimum 4.
Yeah. No,
we're good.
We're good.
I mean, they did make the point you know, again, on the NHL Network, they were talking about us and that we have it all, blah, blah, blah. And might have been Parrish said, Bob doesn't have to play great.
Right.
He just has to play good.
Exactly.
He has to make the saves when they need him, because the offense, and let the offense do what and that's like so true.
That's very true.
Bob doesn't need to put the team on his shoulders like some other goalies might have to do.
Right. Yep. Agreed. Yep.
Yeah. And as you know, for defense does its job.
Yeah. We're good.
I mean, listen, Eric, this team.
I know. I know. I'm breathing.
This is the year. I mean, we all see it.
Right.
You know, we all smell it. It's just, let's just get to the finals already. And
this last week is going to take a month. Okay. This last week before the playoffs is going to feel like a month at least.
Yeah.
You know,
like
what
I said, the only thing is we just have to, you know, got us no injuries.
Right.
No injuries.
Nope. Just everybody stay nice and healthy. Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate it. What's today's Friday? We got the
22nd.
Yep. So we got the Leafs tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with the live stream 1 hour before the game. And Stu and I'll be back with you Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. That's it. It's like forever now.